Good evening, friends. Myself, Parag Redkar. Welcome to Wave 2 of our web education series organized by THC, the Hobby Club. This is the group of collectors from various states in India, exhibitions and webinars we have conducted last several months. And these are the collectors who collect items like stamps, coins, notes, and picture postcards or tissue papers, autographs, matchboxes or chocolate wrappers, newspapers, etc. So in today's session, as you have seen already, these are polymer notes, which are popularly known in common man as a plastic notes. We will go through, we will have a look at these security features, various designs, and these are all the notes are from my collection. So brief introduction about myself. I am located out of Mumbai in India, western part of India. My collectibles are currency notes, coins, postal stamps, paper napkins, picture postcards. Till now, I have kept the, for, conducted more than 20 exhibitions for students and others. Collection over 35 years. So, and also in the series one, which we have conducted by this THC group, in wave one, my presentation, which was on the subject of philately, the viewership has crossed more than 550 views. So, brief introduction about Hobby Club. This is the group of collectors from various states in India. We are all collectors engaged in diversified hobbies, themes, approaches. So, approaches implies the uh, exchange of gifts, donate, or philosophy. Basically, this philosophy talks about donation or gifts to different collectors or like-minded people. So, which is knowledge, information sharing among others also. So, if someone has a new currency note or a stamp or some details about newspapers or even autograph, so we keep on sharing during exhibitions or we conduct internal seminars also. Then we have online presentations like this. So in first round, we had several presentations by THC members, and under wave one, the viewership has crossed 10,000. Now, when we are talking about a polymer note for a common man, it's a plastic note. So when we are talking of a plastic note, because now what is a polymer? As a common man, somebody may say, what is polymer? I don't know. So what you see on the screen is basically a typical chemistry point of view definition. So there are few countries or many countries, those who have come up with their currency notes, which are in kind of a plastic. So which is a type of a polypropylene plastic. So we'll go through some of those notes. All the notes are from my collection, which we have put into this session. So polymer banknotes are made from a specific type of a, which is known as BOPP plastic. So the used term polymer is in place of a plastic banknote, which was introduced by Jeffrey Bentley Johnston in 1993, which is the joint study of Reserve Bank of Australia, Commonwealth Scientist and Industrial Research Organization, and University of Melbourne. These are the joint efforts. And the basic features of these polymer notes, because polymer notes, they also have something like a generations, because the first polymer note was introduced in Australia in 1988, and thereafter they are revised, they are upgraded to new technology, new concepts, new security features. So one of the best feature is their transparent windows are embedded as a part of those polymer notes. Then there are micro printed watermarks also there. Then there is a hologram, which is a kind of a appearance wise, it's a silver foil, but if you tilt it, you will find the rainbow colors. Then microscopic lettering. Then for counting by the machines, because they are slippery in nature, so there are magnetic materials which is embedded within the note itself. So within that, sensing the magnetic presence, these notes are counted by machines. Then another part is hydrophobic polyurethane varnish is provided, so that it prevents soiling or damage of the notes by water. So these are basic features. Also, there are certain benefits as far as the notes are concerned. These are in comparison to the paper notes. So some of the security features, or there are many security enhanced features than the paper notes. The first benefit is about the longevity. If let us assume that paper note lasts for 5 years, so 2.5 times, so almost 12 years this will last. That is polymer note. Then reduced environmental impact, because one feature is we don't require a paper, or we don't need no need to cut trees or bamboos or process it, and these are recyclable after end of life. So this is the another benefit with towards environment. Then we have reduced cost of production. The payback only comes over time. The reason is, unless and until the full range of the denomination or the complete paper notes printing is obsolete or stopped, otherwise both the printing are operational or nothing is discontinued, then the payback period will be varying from case to case. Then these are completely waterproof. So in some of the cases where they are likely to get damaged, because paper notes are not waterproof, so this is a basic benefit of the waterproof feature. Then compatible to the hot climates. So the temperature range, if you can see, the freezing cold temperature or high humidity or high temperature up, it can withstand up to 140 degrees centigrade. But these are the latest versions of the polymer that is used in the currency notes. Then these are resistant to dirt and moisture also. Then significant cleanliness. So if you find something is dirty, you can actually wash with and clean it. So it are hygienic over the paper notes. So if something is stuck over there, you can clean it or wipe it out. Then ease of logistics, because they are lighter in weight. So that weight is the quantity you can carry more, and the logistics is basically cheaper also and easy also. Then there are certain disadvantages. Those challenges in the earlier series where the magnetic material was not embedded. So there are challenges in vending or sorting machines. Then harder to fold, as the plastic is elastic in nature. So it is very difficult to fold them and keep in the pocket. Then color fading is observed, where when it is exposed to UV rays, UV light, ultraviolet rays, then color fading takes place. They are more sticky, slippery in nature. It is very difficult to count by hand. Then in production stage, because of the static charge, there are certain challenges at the manufacturing phase itself. And last part is about advanced facilities are required when the currents, these polymer notes are to be recycled, because it requires a machine setup and specific kind of a recycling technology. Now we are starting details about the notes. Now in this presentation, all the notes are from my collection. This is the first note that was introduced in the world. This is a commemorative note. This was not put into circulation. This is from Australia. If you see on the left hand side, it depicts a native youth wearing a body paint. Then the picture also includes something interesting part is about the optically variable device OVD, that is called of Captain James Cook. So this portion what you see, this is a black portion which appears as a transport portion, and this is the portrait of James Cook. And the number which is shown over here, and this number on currency note which is printed, if you see under UV light, it fluorescence, it shines. So this is the security feature. So it is very difficult for to make a fake note from such kind of polymer notes. So you can see both the sides and such, because these are transparent windows, you can see this is the image on the right hand side. On the other side, it turns to the left hand side. It is a kind of a mirror image. So the center line always see whatever is reflected from the transparent windows, you will see reflect as a mirror image. Now these are the other notes which are released by Australia, the fifth $5 note is also, there are three generations, you can say, or three versions develop year on year. So this is the first note which was launched, and there were few suggestions, few complaints that this is a pale color, the color is shading. So they came out with the new attractive color shades, and there are, and the latest version is $5 of Australia with these shades. And if you can see, there are the complete window, this portion is a transparent window which is end to end, top to bottom. And these are some of the other currencies denominations from Australia. The first one is $10 note, which was released in 2017, Mary Jean Gilmore, and this was designed by Max Robinson. Basically, Gilmore is an Australian writer and journalist. The next one is Patterson, Andrew Barton Patterson, also popular as Banjo Patterson, who was a horseman, also poet. There are many article poets and journalist and writer. And the horse name was Banjo, and he's popular as A.B. Banjo Patterson. The next one is $20 note, which is on Mary Ribby. And the third one is Edith Cowan, who is the first lady parliament member in Australia. She is a social reformer, a politician. So these are the complete set of Australian notes and all the denomination. This was the first country that all the denomination in circulation are polymer in 1996 itself. This is the next country is New Zealand, which was released in 1999. Edmund Hillary. All of us know Edmund Hillary conquered Mount Everest, and you can see the mirror image. Here is the transparent window, again mirror, and there is a fun leaf also, you can see that is also. So true transparent windows on a same note. In year 99, it was something special. And the only New Zealander who appear on the currency note uh, in the lifetime, during lifetime itself, like in postal stamps, normally all the postal stamps personalities are released as a posthumous. So in this case, after Queen Elizabeth II, this is the first New Zealander who is appearing on a currency note. The next country who released polymer note in year 2000, 10 taka from Bangladesh. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Mujibur Rahman appearing on the, who is depicted on this note. And other picture, what we see is a mosque, Baitul Mukarram mosque, which is shown. So Bangladesh, New Zealand, Australia, they are released by year 2000. They are already in the currency notes. Then we have Nepal, our neighbor country. This was released in year 2002. This is the 20th country. So from 1988 till 2002, there are 20 countries who released polymer notes. And these Nepal notes were printed by Note Australia, and the portrait what you see is King Gyanendra Bir Vikram Shahadev. So on these notes, if we see, again there is a uh, transparent window showing the cap or hat which is shown over there. Now in Malaysia also, if you see, there are two versions. The first 5 ringgit note was released in year 2004, and another version was released in 2012. In 2012, there is a flower which is a hibiscus flower, and also there is a rhinoceros hornbill image, that is a bird on the left hand side. This is also a transparent image. So there are two notes, and the person who is shown on the note, that name also is captured, shown on the PPT. So many countries, those who not only released the first version, they modified, they implemented the second version. And many of these countries, those who have released the polymer notes, they are very particular to do the survey, the analysis of, are there any fake notes of the polymer versions also in the market. And they have published on their websites that within this period, within 2 years or 3 years specifically, let us assume 536 fake notes were captured or uh, reported. So they keep on revising their technology, or next version they implement the some protective features. This next note what we see is about Nicaragua. Now Nicaragua also they have two versions. The first version is a castle of Immaculate Conception located on the river Yuan San Juan River and signed by Antonio Rosales Bolaños. So this note was released in year 2009. So the institute who released that is the Central Bank of Nicaragua. Like in India, we have Reserve Bank of India, where that is also captured on the note. Similarly, all these polymer note what we see, they are also the bank details are also shown on those notes. The next version which was released in, so within 5 years they revised their notes and they released the new version. So this is the capital city of Mangua. Their coconut palm trees are shown. This currency is corbodas, 10 corbodas. This is a South American country, Chile, which depicts the portrait of Ignacio Carrillo Pinot, a national hero. And this was released in 2011, 1000 peso. In my collection, this is the highest denomination which I have, 1000 peso. This is the note released by Bank of Mauritius in year 2013. Now, something special about this note is the bird, what you see, that is also a transparent window. This is a bird which is called dodo. And this dodo bird is peculiar. The reason is they have captured this dodo bird image on their stamps also. The first stamp was, or the earlier stamps which has released by Mauritius, they had this dodo image, and is 25 rupees in polymer collection or on or also in the paper collections. This 25 is a treated as a odd denomination, because normally in circulation we find pi, 10, 20, 50, 100, but 25 is very rare. So this is treated from collector's point of view as a odd denomination note. And also you can see there are two languages or scripts which are mentioned in Hindi and Tamil language. So this is another country other than India where Sri Lanka and Mauritius, they have Hindi and Tamil languages. Then Canada. Canada, which always depicts the maple leaf. So maple leaf is on the flag, maple leaf is on the coin, maple leaf is on the currency note also. So here there are two transparent windows. One is the maple leaf extreme left and which appears on the mirror side extreme right, just below Canada. And the CN Tower, Canadian National Tower, is also shown over here. So that is, and Prime Minister portrait Sir Wilfrid Laurier is also shown. And there are two C3 windows. This note was released in year 2013. And the beauty of this note, this what we see, the robotic devices which are shown on this portion, and there is a astronaut over here. So this note released was done in space. So astronaut Chris Hadfield possesses for a photo with a new polymer $5 note abroad, international space station. So you can see something unique, that this polymer note was released in the space. So there are on the other note which I have shown, other side of the note, which depicts the images of Canadarm 2 and Dexter robotic devices that helps to build and maintain the International Space Station. So this is the beauty where the notes are released. So something unique. And the Canadian commander, which is shown on the picture, unveiled the note abroad space station in the ceremony beamed back to Earth. And this was released by Canadian press, clicked by Sin Kilpatrick. Now we have already seen this Edmund Hillary note, which was released earlier. Now the next version is released in 2015. Now here also you can see a bird and the transparent window. Now I will go back to the earlier presentation which I have captured how the security features are embedded. You can find the New Zealand map, the fun leaf, and the digits. This 5 digit is embedded in the micro printing kind of thing. We'll come back to this slide. So some of the security features which are interesting. So this was the James Cook portrait. You can see this is the black portion and this is the white portion. Actually, this is a completely transparent portion which I have magnified just for viewing. This is Nicaragua note. You can see the digits. The 10 digits are from the obverse side and the reverse side. This is UK 10-pound note. Now, for specially gifted uh, people, you can feel it by your touch, and these are embossed dots. There are 8 embossed dots. You can see these 2 dots are over here, and again 4 dots are over here. If you close up and see these dots, so that they can fill the note, and this is a $10 UK note. I was referring to this $5 latest note of Edmund Hillary. This is a New Zealand map. Then this digit 5, they keep on reducing the font to this level. You can minutely see there is a digit 5 over marked over here. And see here also, this is a fun leaf from here to here. So these are some of the security features which are embedded and which are very difficult to copy or replicate. And another specialty about this note, in year 2015, this specific banknote was awarded by International Banknote Society. So every year, worldwide, whichever notes are released, and there is a kind of a entry which a country has to nominate, and the best note is awarded. And there are certain criterias. Well, the first and most important criteria is about the security features, the design aspects, and the something special about the country which is depicted on the note. All these parameters are considered. Then you know the famous person, Sir Winston Churchill. Then this is the 1941 portrait of Churchill by Yusuf Karsh, and there is a silver foil patch contains 3D images of coronation crown, which are, see on the extreme left side, you can see the coronation crown, and this is a transparent window, again mirror reflection on the extreme right hand side. This is a 5-pound note. This was released in year 2016. This is Albania. This is 200 Lake 2019 note, depicts national awakening of 1831-19 with a portrait of name Fasheri, who was a writer and poet patriot. So again, his image on the transparent portion. Coat of arms is also, whatever you see coat of arms in the flag, the same is reflected over here in the on the note also, which is on the one hand side. This is another image, and the signatories are shown on the note. The Libya, the first country who brought in circulation in the Middle East polymer notes. This is the lowest denomination in polymer currency as such. So the see-through window depicts the resistance leader Omar Mukhtar, and complex attractive feature called Gemini with 2 ultraviolet inks that appear as one color under normal light, but when you see these under ultraviolet illumination, it will appear as a 2 color shades. And the nomination is, that is the lowest nomination. This is the 1 dinar note of Libya, year 2019. Now, what is meant by hybrid note? We know that there are in fruits also, we call it as a pomato, hybrid of potato and tomato, or even in animals there are hybrids. So in hybrid there are many such notes. Bermuda is one of the country. I have just selected Switzerland. So the complete note is actually made up of paper, but the some portion which is of the plastic or the polymer. So if you see, this complete note is made up of the paper, but this portion, the plus sign, which is resembles to the image which is on the flag, this portion is actually a transparent portion, and because it is transparent, you can see the mirror image also appearing over here. This is a 10 francs note released in year 2017, which is a hybrid note. Now this hybrid note, which shows there is a earlier paper note which was La Corbusier, an architect from Switzerland, who designed our city in India, Chandigarh city. So Switzerland 10 franc notes of rock Corbusier is also very interesting note to see. Both are vertical in nature. This note, what we see right now, is also vertical in nature, and another paper note is also vertical in nature. This is another note, 2015. This is a euro note, 20 euro. So this is also paper note completely. Common man will not realize this is a, because this portion is a transparent portion and it is very difficult to notice it. Common man will not know this is a transparent portion. And euro icon or image is also there. And on this side, this euro is written in different languages. So Cyrillic alphabet, that is captured, and it is written in Latin, Greek alphabets also. Hold against the light, the window becomes transparent and reveals a portrait of mythological figure of Europa. Now we have seen all the currency notes, hybrid notes also. This is one of the note I have just taken as a sample, which is a kind, it's a commemorative note. It is not a currency note. So this was released in Kuwait. There is another commemorative note that was released from Kuwait in year 1993. 1 dinar note. So map of Kuwait with islands Failakka, Kubbar, Karuk, and al Maraddin. The coat of arms of Kuwait, which is also depicted on this. And you can see a burning oil well set alight by the Iraqis as they withdrew after UN intervention in the war in 1993. So they are celebrating liberation and joyous reunion. So you can see here, this is a celebration and this is a burning oil well that is depicted on the note itself. So this is about the one of the commemorative country note which was released in Kuwait. There is another Kuwait note which is also commemorative. There are few more countries which are very, means normally what we see in circulation are always the currency notes, and on this currency on this note it is clearly mentioned this is a commemorative note and not a currency note. So now we will switch over to our question answer topics. So in case you have any questions, please let us attend those. UV lamp are very cool when handling banknotes around the world. Yes, it is useful to detect. In case you have any doubt, you can use that, carry that lamp and detect the trueness of that note, whether it is genuine or fake. Yes, very true. Australia has got $50 typo mistake banknotes are very rare. Yes. One has to notice, because in paper notes also there are such. What is the best way to store banknotes? There are special types of plastics, and as much as possible in changing atmosphere, avoid exposure of such notes to the varying conditions. Preferably keep it in a conditioned atmosphere so that it is not exposed to changing atmospheres. And once in a while, it is better to put it in the fresh air so that it is not stuck with, in case the plastic is low quality plastic. It is in circulation, very much in circulation. $5 currency note, Mr. Sheetal Kumar. This is very much in circulation. Cost of manufacturing higher or lower to the paper notes. As such, though cost of manufacturing is higher, but as I mentioned during the session, because you have to frequently print the paper notes because they are deteriorated after the usage, it is 2 times 5 times lifespan is 2 times 5 than that of the paper notes, so it is always better. So the cost is beneficial only after the complete lot is, because you cannot have both paper also in circulation and polymer notes also in circulation. Russia, if you are referring to this Olympic, or it was, I think, 7 ruble, if I'm not wrong. FIFA note, yes, FIFA note. That is also vertical note. I have not captured because our session was as a schedule. All the wave 2 seminars will be of half an hour. There are many notes, more than 50, 60 notes are there in collection. What is the your favorite polymer banknote, sir? Favorite banknote? Uh, it is very difficult because I'm not a judge like there's those who are awarded, because there are many features. But as such, if I say some of the features of New Zealand note, because it has depicted all complex features, and it is awarded also. You can see the digits, 5 digit. That is, font size is reducing slowly, and again it is a reverse and upwards. You can see. Then there is a New Zealand map on a note with a transparent feature itself is something unique in nature. So as such, as you ask this question right now, I will say New Zealand note is better. So we'll wait for 1 minute more if any questions are there. I take this opportunity to thank all the our hobby club members, THC group members, those who have helped me a lot, even interacting and exchanging the information, the questions. So all are requested, those who could not attend our series 1 or series 2. Any thoughts about $10 note featuring Wala Desmond? No, I have not displayed it. There is another note also, $10. Yes, true. So there are many such sessions in series 2 also. In case you have any questions, you can post me on YouTube also. I will be pleased to give any feedback. I believe there are marks on Australia notes to identify blind people. No, for Australia, at least I have not heard. Now let me locate. Thank you very much for this sharing this information. Thank you so much, those who have attended this session, and that's all. Thank you.